everybody. Happy Sunday. It is Sunday, March 15th, and I know that because it's my daughter's birthday. So, good morning to everybody. Hello. I'm so excited to show you guys the projects we're making today. So cute. I can't believe it took me this long to use the Sending Flowers dies. They're so adorable. Another thing, don't forget my free gift, March's Stamp and Reward. That's the code. And any $50 order this month, I'm going to give you a prepaid paper pumpkin. So a lot of people were a little bit confused about this. They were like, well, I already get paper pumpkin. Well, I'm not giving you an extra paper pumpkin. I'm giving you a paper pumpkin prepaid code. So you can put that code in your current paper pumpkin account and get a free one. So it's basically a free month from me. So you would normally pay $22 for your paper pumpkin. You will pay nothing. So it's really cool. Plus, if you do a $50 order this month, you get the free Sale-A-Bration item of your choice. And that ends March 31st. So you don't want to miss out. Okay, the last thing is I'm in the middle of designing my bingo. So I have a Easter bingo. It's called Bingo Egg Extravaganza. It's $30 and there are 6 rounds of bingo with prizes. We'll be making 6 adorable projects. I just want to show you the projects. I've designed 5 out of the 6. I'm still missing something that I need to design the 6 projects. So just want to give you a little peek of that. And while I'm showing you guys these little projects, know that I'm also doing a Facebook Live version. So if you live long distance or you're afraid of germs, you can always do the long distance Facebook Live bingo. What I do is I send you the kit of how to make everything and the projects. I send you the goodie bag. There's a $20 goodie bag. I send you the bingo card so you can actually craft live with me on Facebook if you want. Play bingo live with me on Facebook for prizes. I ship the prizes out to people. It's so much fun, and I love that we're able to still play bingo long distance. So here's another little project. These little chocolate carrots are so fun. Look at a little rabbit. So there are 3 3D projects and 3 card projects. Here's a little card project. Here's another one. And then I'm sorry to tease you guys, but the chick card that I showed you guys on Facebook yesterday is actually part of my bingo. So if you want to make this cute little chick card, you'll have to wait till bingo. The Facebook Live bingo is Saturday, April 4th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 Mountain Time, 12 p.m. Central Time, and 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So we'll go live and do that. Now I go live and I play bingo first, so we get all the bingo rounds done out of the way, and then I go and I show you how to make the projects. And if you need to come back and watch the replay later or whatever, you can, so it's not taking up a whole bunch of your time. But the video will be up for several months in that private Facebook group so that you can come back and watch the video to make your projects. I'll also be sending you a PDF tutorial on how to make them. Okay, there's a link on the project sheet to register. Make sure you sign up before next Wednesday, the 25th. All right, you guys ready to see the projects for today? I'm going to switch it over here so you can see. Now, I'm going to be using the Sending Flower dies. Now, these are a temporary release item, so they were released, I believe, in February. They're good until March 31st or when they sell out. They're called some really cool dies in them. They have this beautiful flower die that cuts out a window. This is so cool. And then it has these really cool labels. Look at these 2 labels. Oops, these are so awesome. And then it has 2 sets of flowers that you can punch out that you can lay over these flowers or add as extra flowers and use on your projects. So super cute. I cannot wait to show you guys these projects. So let's go ahead and see what we're going to be making. Now remember, if you love these projects and you want them mailed to you for free, you can simply place a $35 order using my code here in the corner there. Corner right here. I have the code. $35 gets you all 3 projects mailed to you to make. Or if you up it to $50, you get my free paper pumpkin code, my make and takes, a free Sale-A-Bration item. It's a lot for 50 bucks. It's pretty awesome. And then of course I could not use these dies without making a shaker card because this window makes a perfect little shaker. So I use the retired, or it's the Sale-A-Bration item, the metallic baker's twine and the sprinkles, or the sequins, as my shaker material. And then I use the little bees from the Welcome Easter stamp set that these little critters are from. So I couldn't help making this cute little shaker card. We all probably have some of this Sale-A-Bration baker's twine and sequins, so this is a great use of that. And then I use the Pleased as Punch designer series paper in the background. I love that paper. So we have in our little tub of supplies here, I'm gonna move my coffee out of the way. Last thing I want to do is knock that over. I'm using So Saffron as the background, and then I have a piece of that designer series paper. The designer series paper measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. You don't have to write down any measurements because they're all on my blog in the project sheet, so you can go over there and get them. This piece of Whisper White measures 4 inches by 4 inches, and then I have a window sheet and So Saffron. These measure 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. They're just going to be slightly smaller than the Whisper White so that we can cover the flowers. All right, so what we're going to do first is we're going to actually cut out the flower die right in the middle of our piece of Whisper White. Now oh yeah, I did not. Okay, so on this card, what I really liked is that I left the flowers white. So this is going to be kind of the easy level where I just leave the cutouts completely white. And then we'll go on the next cards, we'll actually cut out some flowers to overlay on the white flowers. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut this out. Just want to make sure that the piece is completely centered, and you want to make sure that this is at the top because this is going to be the opening. And you just run that through. Good morning, Evelyn. Good morning, Eileen and Cheryl. So you have all these little pieces that you're gonna have to pop out. And what I recommend doing is taking your die brush and your die brush and your foam and just kind of pushing out all the little pieces. And just being really careful when you pull this apart because they are just little skinny stems, and so you don't want to have them tear. And then I just have these little pieces there that I'm just going to pop out because they didn't come out when I rolled them by. So there you go. You have this cute little flower piece. You can throw this away. Okay. So that's it on the die. Now what we're going to do is turn it over, and we're going to glue our window sheet to the back. And what I did for this is I took my liquid glue, and my liquid glue, I did a bad thing. It's all my fault. I left the liquid glue without its cap overnight, so it's kind of clogged. And it's all my fault. I have no one else to blame but myself. Now I am going to be putting a little bit of glue around on the flowers just to kind of help them stick down to the window sheet. You want to use little bits of glue because you don't want it to squish out over onto the window sheet. So once you've got liquid glue everywhere, you're going to take your window sheet and put it on the back and make sure that it's, spread that glue around, make sure it's glued down good. It takes a few seconds because it's liquid glue. So just pushing down the flowers, you can do that. Push down the flowers. Good morning, Amanda. We were just talking about your amazing swaps and the shoebox swaps from the retreat. You were so dang talented. It was so cool to show them what you came up with. Now, if you feel like your window sheet is going to have static and collect, like the sequins will stick to it, you can always take your embossing buddy and just pass it over the back of the window sheet so that it won't have as much static. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to take my piece of So Saffron, and I'm going to stamp a few little bumblebees in the background. So there's this little bumblebee stamp. Now this stamp is out of Welcome Easter, so this is such a cute set. Welcome Easter. See the little bee? So cute. And I'm just going to stamp that in Memento or StazOn, whatever you have on handy will work just fine. And I'm just going to stamp the bees in the top, you know, kind of high above the flowers. I'm going to do this one right like that. That should be good. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the, if I can grab it, we're going to take the foam adhesive strips. You need this when you're making shaker cards. Thank you, Teresa, for sharing. Love that. It is so helpful when you guys hit the share button for me. I appreciate it. Okay, so then I'm going to take this and I'm going to just wrap it around the opening. Okay, so in a circle formation. And the reason you want to do that is because you don't want to have to fill a bunch of shaker material down at the bottom where it's not even going to be seen. You just want to kind of have it where it'll be right out of sight through the window. So I'm just going to kind of overlap these two a little bit. And the other thing I'm going to do is just cut some extra little pieces. Oops. I'm just cutting these into pieces because I want to do 4 corners. I want to do 4 corners so that these little corners have some support. Okay. All right, and then we're going to peel the backing off. I know the bees are so tiny, they're so cute. And did you guys see that they're releasing one of the new in colors is going to be called Bumblebee? Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be a pretty yellow. Okay, now for the inside, for the shaker material, this is how I do my shaker cards, and this is how I find it to be the easiest for me. So if you feel like you struggle with shaker cards, just kind of pay attention to the method here. I put the window sheet and I put the sticky foam strips on the window sheet piece. Now on the piece that I'm going to glue it down to is where I'm going to put my pile of shaker material. So these are the sequins in that metallic Baker's Twine combo pack. This was free with a Sale-A-Bration $50 order. They have sold out of these, but I'm sure we all have them lying around, and this is a great use to them. Just going to make a nice little pile in the center of your piece. Okay. Then you're going to take your window and you're going to lay it over and make sure that it's centered. And glue it down. And now that shaker material is inside and safe. See how we did that? That's the back side and that's the front. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this Daffodil Delight or So Saffron, I'm not quite sure what color yellow this is, but we're going to wrap it around our little box here. Wrap it twice and tie a bow. And I always do mine upside down. I know it looks funny to you guys, but it works for me. Okay, you guys ever notice how Baker's Twine kind of curls up sometimes when you're tying bows? I always get that problem. So then I have to kind of tell it to straighten out. Anyways, I can fuss with that later, but then we're going to just trim. I'm going to use my ribbon scissors. Trim off the excess. And I'm just trying to kind of, before you glue this down, you kind of want to place your twine where you want it. So I just kind of want the ends to be separated just a little bit, like so. And you may want to have your bow moved over a little bit. And now we can take it and glue our base together. I love this Please This Punch Designer Series paper, you guys. I'm so sad that it's going away at the end of March. I wish it could last longer. I've been hoarding it, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so then we're going to put adhesive on the back of our little shaker. Now you can use liquid glue, you can use tear and tape, you can use fast fuse, whatever you have. And just put that in the center. And then I have a piece of So Saffron cardstock, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment Sweet Friend, and that is also in the Welcome Easter stamp set, so Sweet Friend right here. And we're just going to stamp that in Memento Black. I love shakers too. They're so fun. Okay, so stamping Sweet Friend on a scrap of So Saffron. And we're going to, I'm just going to cut this out by hand. You can also trim it down. I'm just going to cut it straight, give myself a little bit of room on both ends because I want to do a little dovetail. So I'm just cutting down the middle and cutting up the sides. Show that closer so you guys can see. Cut up the middle and then cut from the sides to that middle point. And you get a little dovetail. Cute. Okay, now we can take, and what I did was I took 2 small dimensionals and I just stuck them on the back of my label, and then I stuck this down to the front over the baker's twine right here on the left hand side. Cute! How fun is that? What a cute little card. Super simple, right? It only took us a few minutes to make, and we have this really cute card. And I love that, look at the back of the designer series paper. So this one had pink and blue, and this one was lined up at yellow and green. And so you get these 2 different kind of colors. Very cool. So that is my class for today. I hope you guys like it. I hope you have fallen in love with the set, and we will see you next week for more fun.